Not financial advice, simply my journey in margin. Hey everyone, welcome back to Leveraged Life. Quick weekly update this time. I'll run through this week's activity, a quick portfolio yield check-in, a little tease on something new for the brand, and I want to open up something I've been thinking about, adding an option strategy into the mix. Let's get into it. Markets had a genuinely volatile week. Monday, the Dow closed above 53,000 for the first time ever, a real milestone. Then Tuesday and Wednesday got rough. Iran ceasefire talks broke down, oil spiked, and Wednesday the Dow dropped 576 points, its worst day in weeks. Thursday, we got a sharp snapback. Chip stocks led the charge, Micron up something like 7%. And Friday capped it off with SK Hynix's NASDAQ debut, the largest foreign IPO in U.S. history, helping the market close out the week green. Net for the week, SPY up about 0.5%, QQQ up around 0.6%, but DIA actually finished the week down close to 0.8%. That Wednesday drop left a mark even with the record high Monday and the Friday bounce. Big theme of the week, Iran and Strait of Hormuz tensions creating real volatility, but chip stocks and AI-related names doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the recovery side. Now let's get into what actually happened in the account this week. New capital deployed this week, $2,999.99 across a bunch of names, XDIV, ZDV, CDZ, ZLB, ZLU, HDIF, PAYG, HDIV, HYLD, ZWP, Life, HGY, UTIS, SDY, a genuinely broad week of building out the portfolio. Distributions received this week, $238.68, cash rolling in from SPXE, HHIS, HDIF, HHIC, HBTE, CMCC, SDAY, CDAY, QDAY, ECHI, HYLD, HDIV, USCC, PAYG, CLSA, BMAX, Life, Bank, and INTY. And the one rule still holds. Every distribution dollar is still comfortably outpacing what I'm paying in margin interest. Quick yield update on the portfolio. Going back to June, my baseline monthly distribution yield has been running around 0.575% of cost basis. That's roughly 6.9% annualized if it held steady, though obviously that number moves around month to month depending on which names pay when. This week specifically, I collected $238.68 in distributions. That's a lumpier, front-loaded week since a bunch of my monthly payers happen to land Wednesday through Friday. I don't want to overread one week's number into an annualized rate. Dividend timing isn't smooth day to day, but directionally, the yield engine is doing exactly what it's supposed to. Consistent cash showing up week after week, covering the interest with room to spare. All right, small fun one. I've been working on something new for the brand. Not ready for the full reveal yet, but I'll give you a hint. It's a cartoon version of yours truly. Still refining it, but once it's locked in, it's going to be the new face of Leveraged Life across the channel, the socials, everywhere. Stay tuned. Full reveal coming soon. Last thing I want to open up. I've been toying with the idea of adding an option strategy to the account, specifically looking at selling cash-secured puts on a few individual U.S. names and potentially running the full wheel strategy. So if I get assigned, I hold the stock and start selling covered calls against it, generate premium income on top of what the ETFs are already paying out. To be clear, I'm still in the research and planning phase here, nothing live yet. A few things I'm working through. Which tickers make sense given my account size? I initially looked at the big index ETFs like SPY and QQQ, but the collateral requirement per contract is honestly out of reach at this stage, so I'm looking at lower-priced alternatives instead. I'm also thinking through the tax side. Options premium gets treated differently than what I'm used to with ETF distributions, and I want to make sure I understand that fully before I put real capital behind it. If this becomes a real part of the strategy, you'll see it show up right here in these weekly updates. Same transparency as everything else in this account. That's the week. Solid activity, choppy but ultimately positive market, distributions rolling in on schedule, a new look coming for the brand, and a new strategy in the research phase. Full breakdown and the live tracker are linked below and at leveragedlife.ca. See you next week.